Now if we wanted to go ahead and we got our unit completely clean, we want to go ahead and put our screen back in, we want to get this back in operation, we're simply going to get the screen on here to where it's below there and below the fingers as well here, and now you should just be able to slide your screen in. The important aspect of the screen is making sure that we're engaged all the way to the back wall, because we don't want any space and think that we're fully engaged. And then you have that gap back there, and then that's a point where coarse material can find its way through that shouldn't have gotten through, because depending on whatever screen size that you have, that's what ultimately should be the size as a finished product. Now sometimes if these kind of get caught up a little bit, you could just simply come in here in between the little slots of the round hole screen and just kind of give it a tap. You'll know that when it gets to a point where it can't, obviously come back over here and check and make sure that it's all the way against the wall. Once we have it all the way against the wall, now when we're going to go ready to get back to insert this back in, we obviously got to make sure that our rotor's configured in a sense where it's not going to come in contact back with the fingers that are in there. As you can see, I have it like that. Once we get it engaged, you can see that the door is fully kind of seated up against the body itself. Next, we're going to go ahead and simply just take our handles, just kind of go back over them one more time just to make sure they're nice and snug by hand tight, and that's as tight as you have to get those. The only other aspect of our flake breaker series that I did kind of go over is that you can see right here on this part of the fixture of where the bearing seats is that we do have a hole that's drilled and tapped there, as we could put air purge in there as well too, so then that way we don't have product that's finding its way in out of the inside of the product zone where we want most of it to be and start working its way back into the bearings. You can get it on both sides as well too. This one comes with a direct drive motor, so there is no chain, there is no sprockets, and it's a direct drive depending on the horsepower and torque that we end up ultimately determining and testing. That's how we're going to fit the system or the flake breaker itself to develop as far as what is needed for your specific material that we're trying to break up.